Welcome, everybody, to the VAIL VRML NA Season 4 Single Elimination Bracket. My name is Nightfire with 2 E's. Today, you're joining me for 2 best-of-5 series, the back half of the start of our Top 8 Single Elimination Tournament. And we're going to start this tournament with Triple I 7 versus 9VNA. I'm sure I'm going to end up calling Triple I 7 IV and 9V 9 Volt. But either way, that's our start of the afternoon. We'll dive into that matchup in a little bit here. Second matchup is Touchgrass and Vanguard NA. Both games I anticipate to be very solid. Wrecked really performed good against Riptide yesterday. Acer beat Relentless. Those are our 2 teams battling it out in the semifinals next weekend. The 2 winners here today will battle it out and also in semifinals next weekend, and then the grand finals on Sunday. So a lot of postseason action left ahead of us as we do prepare and get ready to dive into this single elimination bracket. Already, that Challenger Cup champion who played last weekend got eliminated by Acer, and it's tough to see a team's season end, but it's also incredibly exciting to see that pressure motivate some teams to win. I think, again, you look at EU, Relentless EU in that number 1 seed, 11-1, losing to Ascendancy in that best of 3 to get into the semifinals. Did not expect to see the number 1 seed down in the losers bracket. Anything can happen, and so we start with Triple I 7 and 9VNA, and that's seed 2 versus seed 7. We'll go ahead and look at that matchup history between the 2. They haven't encountered each other yet in this regular season. Their records equally impressive, 10-2, 8-3. And because there is this unknown of, who's the 5th, where are they going to come from? What does this roster look like? What are their strategies? Are they aggressive? Do they play slow? Are they lean into a lot of flashes? All of that is a mystery right now for Triple I 7, and the same goes for 9 Volts. So it's really going to come down to their teamwork, their coordination, and what they've been developing as a team over the course of the regular season. I'm very much looking forward to getting into these series, but we do just have to wait on a 5th to jump in for Triple I 7 and 9 Volt NA to get underway. We can take a quick look at our next matchup, Touchgrass versus Vanguard. Get an idea of what that matchup history looks like as well. And again, you're looking at 2 teams that have been around for a very long time in the VAIL VRML space, both playing against each other, both not played against each other so far in this regular season. Touchgrass, that number 3 seed, Vanguard NA, the number 6 seed. That series I anticipate to be pretty close as well. I feel that the VGG team and their EU counterparts are very confident in their ability to carry through in this postseason tournament on both the EU side and the NA side. And so I'm very curious to see how Vanguard looks. And I wonder if they're affiliated, Vanguard Gaming and Vanguard NA. Let's find that out. I'm unsure. Either way, that's our second matchup of the afternoon, so something to look forward to. Until then, we prepare for Triple I 7 and 9 Volt. The only team with a 9. I'm sorry about my light. It's one of the ones that has to heat up first before it stops flickering, so it might look like I'm in a spooky dungeon, but don't worry, I'm not. I'm just here casting fantastic games. As you're seeing here, some great highlights from the EU side. Vanguard Gaming going up against Asterix. And I'm getting pinged here. Yeah. we've given them the ready up. We are just waiting on the 5th to connect in for the 9-volt squad. Good to see both teams carrying full rosters as well. I think that with what we saw earlier today in the EU region, it actually pays off pretty substantially to have that deeper roster that you can tap into if you're running into connection issues or anything like that, especially in the postseason. It's when you don't want them to happen, but it feels like it's when they do happen. And so you got to prepare, you got to be ready for those moments. Having that deep roster does help. Like right now, I wonder if they're having an issue with their 5th joining in or not. Hopefully we will be cracking in to the action here soon enough. And so I do appreciate everyone tuning in, hanging out, and patiently waiting for the start of our best of 5. The 5th has connected, so we should be into this next map soon. Quick shout out to Axe Labs for sponsoring VAIL, VRML, Season 4, and all of the seasons. They've been a fantastic partner, a fantastic developer, the creators of VAIL, and we really do appreciate all the attention they've given and all the focus they've given into the competitive VR esports space. It's tremendous. It means a lot. And they're offering up the in-game cosmetic skin customly designed for the winning team that's sold in the merchandise store, with a portion of that revenue shared to the winning team. It's an awesome prize pool that we can only offer up in the VAIL VRML postseason, and we're ready. Both teams in lobby, good to go. It's Miru Knights to kick things off. Triple I-7 on the defense. I don't think that was an intentional grenade. I think they wanted to toss it over there to be primed and thrown. Decent smoke wall coming into the back of B, but no push yet. You can tell Kodev just ready and waiting to dump out the utility when that push does go out to B, or when they come in for their retake. That's push denial utility or retake utility, one of the two. Go on board black, holding down that mid lane. The overhead, and you can see scanner sitting on outside of stairs. They're just kind of poking and prodding, seeing what they can find. It's early days here in this best of 5. So it is quite literally a warm-up round. What are we getting? What are you bringing? Arrivals bringing kills to Flash. Looking for more here over the top, but not quite connecting. Kodev pushes in against Carson. They find one up through the middle. Alex on the short corner, and Kodev with 2. Looking for the 3rd, I think 4th actually on the round. They finally get shut down by Rusty with a double kill. And now as Rusty rotates back to this mid lane, they're going to run into some trouble. Doesn't matter that they didn't fire first. Rusty still turns and burns onto Nebula. Elite with half HP looking to deny this rotation. Rusty is able to grab Scanner despite their trouble reaching out for it. And it's Rusty catching the final kill, but maybe too late on time. I wasn't even paying attention to the clock. Wow. Well, that's a weird first round. The winning team lose. Oh, I mean, the last alive player on the team, on offense loses the round still. So close. See if that's a trend. Maybe 9-volt take things slow, or rather methodically on their pushing in. They're very cautious of an over-aggressive I7 defense. I think rightfully so. It's the postseason. It's the number 3 seed team. There should be a little hesitation. The hesitation, though, is allowing Arrival and the rest of I7 to find these early picks. The double, no, doesn't quite come in. Arrival's going to get a reload. Won't peek out for that scanner kill. May rely on Black to swing out for the double. Arrival continues to be a threat. Black comes out for 2, and so many go down. Arrival with 3 or 4 on the round there as they pop out and cut down that defense. Looking good right now coming in from I7. A solid defense. Take a look at the overhead, see that it's a heavy stack towards B site. Counter utility coming in to try and slow down the plant. Cotive tossing nades over the top. They still have Elite tucked into this tight corner, but Scanner does go down. Black finds one. Carson, Flash, everyone trading back and forth until Rise is one of the only ones on site. But look at this, a big rotation coming around the backside from Rusty. They'll catch one. They're going to dip off of this back angle, which I like because it's slowing down Arrival, and come back around the front angle and hopefully catch Nebula on the decode here. It's going to be a big swing, a good flash, and it's the perfect flash that blinds Rusty from having that line of sight. That was a beautiful toss. Likely you heard the footsteps on the rotation is my guess, and perfectly timed it around the corner. As soon as Rusty hit that corner, Flash was in their face, and they were blind right when they swung it. It doesn't get much better for a counter Flash than that. Truly tremendous defense here. Really great utility use. I think it's very interesting they stack the utility on the side in particular over at B. Scan does get down, but not before Elite picks up 2. The drop back and tuck in comes out, and Rusty is going to be vulnerable here soon enough to this flank from Nebula as they scoop up that kill. Alex finds 2 on site, and Scanner getting pushed. Rise still alive. They're going to be surprised by Arrival, who arrives, and there's the defuse, the interrupt, the 4th point locked in for I7. Nova saying, can I cast Fortnite also? Yeah, dude. Just stream your pub lobbies and I'll absolutely cast those for you, 100%. I'll spend hours doing that, you know? Nice pickup there from Black. Alex shuts down rotation from the flank. We're having a battle out in the very far back. Nebula with a nice flash counter nade on the corner. Doesn't catch the kill onto Rusty, who's now fending off this rotation. They'll go down for their trouble. And now the spin from Nebula trying to pick up a second kill. They'll catch Alex down in the flashbangs from I7 on defense, connecting and looking good. It is a near perfect half coming in from Triple I7 so far. 9-Volt needing to scoop up some offensive points here. And they certainly come close. They haven't found a play that's worked well for them yet. Maybe the draw here towards A. Coming in with some utility, some fake, a bit of a fake out as Elite holds things down on the back line. Elite's going to fly out. They'll get picked off. A nice scoop up there from Rise. On the hunt for Carson, finding another. Going to open up that scanner opportunity, a 3v2. Rise will push forward. Overwatch from Carson catches another, and Nebula's alone in a 1v3. Right when they need to most, 9-Volt step up and execute on a solid B-site push. A good draw, a good distraction as they pulled that defense initially towards A quite well. And a very solid answer back. They need 2 more, in my opinion. I think a 5-3 half puts them in contention for at least overtime in map 1 here on Miru. Big double swing. Rusty with a big double. Wasn't ready for the third. Black evens things back out. Carson here on site. Looking for some action. Should find it. Catches 1, swings for 2. Elite picks up that kill and goes on the hunt for more. Scanner comes crashing in. The remaining Triple I7 defense is here at B and ready. They're going to wait for that scanner plant. Oh, and Black's going to catch a great kill over the back line. A counter from Rise. Out the smoke comes Black. And the kill from Elite. Connects, but a dang close round. That goes the way of Triple I7. 6-1 in our opening map here. The first half, like I said, near perfect. 1 more to go, and then we swap sides, reset economies for that pistol round. And do it all over again, but on different sides. So we'll see what that defensive half is going to look like from 9-Volt. Right now, they put up, again, some solid offensive rounds. They've been close on a couple of rounds and locked in a solid point on B. So I imagine B is going to continue to be where they attack, and Elite's going to try and do a little bit of counter aggression here. Extend super far up. Rusty finds that kill. Anticipating more of a flank and more pressure from their back. They don't get it. East side is very weak, and Carson doesn't see this defender right on the other side of them. They'll pop out for only 1. Carson's so surprised they were stunned and stopped, and Black found an opportunity to catch that kill. Scanners should get picked up pretty easily, though, and they have to stay split. They really don't know where this scanner is going to go, A or B right now. Feels like it's going to go B. They've got plenty of kills locked in, and they have the player advantage, so it's a good opportunity for 9-Volt to tack on a second point. Hidden the flash, very clear indicators. Scanner's going down. Counter utility comes in. Half health to Rusty. Now tucked in on Scanner. One-for-one trade benefits. I feel like Triple I7 here. Is they going to be able to bait out this scanner peek? 1 swings wide. There's Black for 2. No, Flash shuts it down. That's a huge second point. A big cushion for them on the side swap, and it might be enough for this to be a very close map number 1. We'll have to see what Triple I7's defense ends up looking like. Pistol round coming up. For those that don't know, we reset after 8 rounds, swap sides, and go until one team has 9 points. That's the way that VAIL works. Flash looking for that pick up the middle and not finding it. team pushing in, and a rival connects with a solid nade. Carson is still tucked in here and waiting to spring out. They'll catch Coded, but not before Scanner's down, and there's a wonderful toss from Black to catch Carson. Rise with a huge kill on the Nebula opens up the opportunity for the pinch. And they could actually hit this hallway from both sides, and I think they recognize that threat a little bit. Rise takes a lot of damage. Or actually no damage. They do a lot to Arrival, and now Arrival's down. The Scanner interrupt coming in. Cannot win the fight against Rise, and 9-Volt lock in a huge pistol round.
Round starting.
They start chipping away at a 4-point lead that Triple I7 had on the side swap. Start chipping away. Now it's only 3, and rifles are back in hand. We'll see what kind of strats are deployed here from Triple I7. An early battle here. Almost ends with Flash dead. Thrusty and Rise finding some big kills. Nebula, though, catching Rise on the rotation. Kotiv swinging around, taking a bit of damage, but catches the 1-2 punch. The nade over the top and the kill on the short corner.
Round starting. Get ready.
That's a nice little highlight right there. That's how you push a team up on an offensive point after losing your pistol round. A solid bit of utility and obviously aiming coming in here. Boom, boom. 9-Volt down and Triple I7 2 away from taking map 1. Scanner finally catches up to Nebula. Nebula tucks in, waiting for this retake to come through. And the triple no! Rise shuts it down. That would have been tough. Oh, there's the nade from Kotiv. A patient trap sprung from the Triple I7 squad, and it might be just that pistol round that 9-Volt NA is going to squeak away with here on Miru. 7 in a row, or 6 in a row is what they need, excuse me, if they want to take this map. And there's no other way around it for 9-Volt now. Oh, and Rise. Flash. Arrival all catching kills here. Nade out over the top there, and a nice push in. Oh, Kotiv goes down to Carson, and this could be 9-Volt shutting down IV on the push here towards A site. Scanner, I don't think ever was picked up or got dropped somewhere in the back line. And it's kind of thrown off this Alex Carson defense, but there's a minute left, so there's plenty of time for Black to go back, grab the scanner, go back in Black, grab the scanner, and push up towards A. Seconds.
30 seconds remaining.
Eventually gonna have to make a move. When Carson ready and waiting catches the kill.
Match.
Thumbs up to the team. Chipping away at the lead. Not bad. Defense is where this could happen, is where they could settle into a rhythm and actually shut down the next 4 rounds in a row and take us to an overtime. Very doable in my mind for how this 9-volt squad has been playing. Challenge, of course, will be if I7 does throws a lot of variation, a lot of different strats, different pacing, things like that. Alex tried to set. Oh, the quick peek from Kodev as they come flying in. Rusty catches that kill out, and Nebula, after everyone tried to push up and shut down that defensive backline, gets picked off as the only one left alive. I7 not looking like they're going to scoop up this offensive point unless a big clutch comes in here from Nebula. And the duo, Flash and Rise, could work together here to pinch onto Nebula, but they truly don't need to. The scanner's down at B. Nebula may, in fact, clutch this 1v3. Everything relying on them. They almost catch the peeked out head of Rise there. Rise finds Nebula retreating through the smoke. Hangs on another round, but that got a little closer than a little close for comfort. Maybe closer than they thought it would be. A bit of an adjustment from I7. They say, hey, we just need to win 1 round, so let's try and play this one slow and steady. Lock it in, see if we can dial up some early picks, catch some utility nades, some utility kills, something like that. I think they're doing their best. Ooh, that's a grenade. Wow. Arrival here absolutely cutting down onside defense. Carson comes flying in, and now Scanner's down. And so the duo that's on defense has a huge advantage to tuck in here, and Carson picking up another 11 and 11 for Carson on the map right now. A solid performance from them. And I wonder if they saw the rotation here from Nebula. Either way, 35 seconds left for Nebula to go all the way around the map and up to that scanner, right into the faces of Carson and Flash. This could be 9-volt. Catching a win here. 10 seconds left. There's not even enough time to plant the scanner. A good double peek by the duo there. Ultimately, again, not even possible for that round to go into I7's hands, but a really good job from 9-volt as they continue to chip away. 6-8 now. 3 more to go, and they've got themselves a map 1 win. Waiting for the scanner to push up here on his side. Nebula finds one. Rise looking for more. Gets the turn and burn there. Kotiv comes flying in, picks up a double themselves. Shuts down the rotation up through the middle. Rusty almost gets shot in the back trying to swing around here, getting a bit distracted. Realizes there's one behind him. Catches Black Scanner at a site and getting planted. Now it's a 1v1 retake. Rusty, full HP against a 1 HP Kotiv. Going to come down to timing and really how they peak. Oh, and Kotiv catches the headshot kill. A wonderful tap there over the corner peak. Triple I-7 take map 1 in his best of 5. It was looking like a comeback was in the cards there. And if anything, that's great momentum for 9Volt to ride with going into map 2. That's a really good job for them to show, hey, look, we can pick up a bunch of kills too. Rusty went 16 and 14. Rise 14 and 12. Carson 13 and 12. Kotiv 18 and 11. Nebula 16 and 10. And Arrival 11 and 11. And so you see some very solid shooting work coming in from both sides at the end of the day. And that truly is an identifier of how close that first map was. I think we may go into a tech pause here as we reset things and get ready for map number 2. So while we wait, a quick shout out to everyone that is tuning in, hanging out, and enjoying the action today. It has been and is a good start to things here for the North American side. Great map 1 opener, but one that I feel like confidently went to Triple I-7. I think maybe we're seeing 9Volt warming up a little bit here. Their battery's starting to charge. Maybe. Let's see how long it takes to get into lobby again. And for us to get into map 2. I don't think there's a timeout called or any particular delay here, so we should just go right into it, but I think we are going to go to a 2-minute intermission. When we come back, it'll be straight into map 2, so don't go anywhere. We have a best of 5 here, at least 2 more maps in front of us, and then another best of 5 afterwards, so a lot of VAIL NA postseason action in just a few minutes. back, everybody. We are diving into map number 2 of this best of 5 this afternoon between our top teams in the North American region, and we're going into Suna Night to kick things off for our second map of the day, and hopefully many, not the, there's gonna be a lot more. We've got at least one, maybe up to 3 more maps in this best of 5, and then, like I said, another best of 5 right after this. So a lot of action coming up here this afternoon. As we do get into our pistol round, we have Triple I 7 on attack, 9 volt on defense, and Triple I 7 finding the first kill. Trading down there up through the middle, Arrival finding Rusty. Flash popping out with high ground, catches a refrag there, and over on the other side of the map, it's Triple I 7 and Elite taking the kill. A good start to map 2. Surprised we're not seeing a cliffside or a Firo, and I've expected it twice, I think. New maps, definitely an option of seeing them here in a best of 5 format. Nice little toss from Rusty, catches one. They'll drop back off of that angle after seeing all the utility hit and go all the way back to the short site. Meanwhile, they'll let the rest of the team on reinforcement come up. Carson catches Elite. Another over the top on the back end is Kotiv trying to hit the flank, and they won't get Carson down. Carson finds that kill and a super clean, aggressive 9 volt retake. That's what we saw more of in map 1 at the end, and they just need to stay locked in like that for the rest of their defensive half, and I think they've got a real chance of pushing us to at least 4 maps this afternoon. Oh, and Kotiv winning that exchange. Rise here getting flashed as they push out through the smoke from both sides. Jackson winning there, and now Rise has to turn and burn. They catch the first kill of 2. A-Site getting weak, but the push still not coming all the way in. Rise recognizes this, spins, and catches Kotiv all the way down in the middle of the map, and they're still technically being pushed at A-Site. Scanner is on its way over to A as well, and so Rise is going to be the front line with very low HP. Finally, Jackson clears it out. Rise goes down. They've lost their on-site defense, and so it's a retake here for Rusty and Flash, both at low HP, but Flash catches one. Elite gets hit by that nade big time, and Scanner never actually goes all the way down. Nice bounce back there from the duo, and 9 volt hanging on. 2 left alive and a solid hold that puts them up 2-1. I think the first time they've had the lead in this series. Goes down. They lose their onside defense again very early. Carson's still here to fight, though. Arrival finds the quick refrag, and Elite, surrounded by smokes, has very limited vision on where this retake's coming in from. Flash way out in the open here on the wall, exposed on their push up. Utility coming in that does stall out and push back Rusty and Flash. Again, the duo trying to push in for the retake. Elite with the first. Scanner down, and now Rusty has to push in 40 seconds. Oh, and getting tagged hard there. It's the 1-for-1 trade, but Scanner's down and Elite still alive, so an offensive point. July 7, keeping things close here on Suna, not allowing for too big of a lead to get created, too big of a gap to separate them here on their offensive half. And I think it's really interesting that we're getting our first matchup, I think, is teams that were created in Season 4. No, Triple I7's been around. Flash dropping back, though, tucking in very quick, realizing a heavy A-side push was inbound. And some good flash work here. Elite trying to jump up, trying to get the kill on Rusty. Snags one, picks up a double. Nebula finds another kill on the bottom half. Elite looking for more, but can't quite get it. Where's the refrag on the Rise? It's nowhere to be seen. Alex is rotating back. Rise gets picked up on the retreat. Arrival is all that's left. Scanner's down at B. Has to sift through the wreckage to be able to grab it and plant it. But I wonder if this rotation from Alex will catch Arrival off guard. It's a long swing around. Or excuse me, rotation from Alex will catch Arrival. Here we go. I think that's what I said. "15 seconds left. Alex is going to have to push up for the scanner. Tries to climb up the ladder for a peek onto Arrival, but Arrival's there ready and defending. Another clean offensive point, but hard fought. One left alive. Puts Triple I7 back in the lead. Back into the groove of trying to get this best of 5 done in 3 maps. That's the goal here for this Triple I7 squad with how they've started 9-6. There's Rusty Rise. Wow, Nebula and everyone else coming alive there on the back end. Scanner is down, though, and that's going to be an advantage. Rise. They hear Arrival swinging around the corner. Read it real well, and Kotiv way out in the open. Trying to crash up here. The duo connecting onto Scanner, and Kotiv knows they have to push Scanner here to try and grab it. They're going to be way out in the middle of nowhere. And the duo does peek. A little risky sometimes the collateral comes in, but what a close back and forth we find ourselves here with on Suna. If this was the start of the series, I really wouldn't have an idea of how this is going to go, of who is playing better this afternoon. Like I said, I think 9-Volt kind of got warmed up after, unfortunately, a couple of rounds going down 6-2, 6-2 in map 1. We saw them climb back very nicely. We saw them get back into the groove. A little bit of a rhythm into their plays, into their pushes. Early picks, and now it's kind of anyone's game. 3-3 here, it feels like. Utility really going to be the standout factor. Rusty and Arrival trade down on the edges. Carson trying to fight up through the middle here. Arrival is pushing in. They got an angle. No. Flash turns and burns, catches that one. Alex on the outside here. Tossing a flash to slow down Jackson. The smoke also going to be a bit of a disruptor. Nebula may be able to catch the back of some rotators here. Yeah, Rusty not expecting that. And Nebula with the 1-2. A patient play from them. Catch Rusty with a nade in hand and then spin for that second defender they saw walk past them. Very solid double kill. Ooh, and Rise completely blind. Goes down to Elite, who picks up a double. Meanwhile, Alex in the smoke scoops up one. Hitting this team from the flank, almost catches two, but not quite. Slows things down for a moment as Flash and Rusty now again on the retake. Flash trading down up on that front line. Rusty able to get past the midway point and all the way over to Scanner. Trying to get the double. Not going to find it. Triple I-7. End up taking that 2-point lead on the half, an offensive half no less, and we swap sides. Back to the Pistols. And 9-Volt get a chance at attack. But I think a 5-3 start on attack for Triple I-7 is the better half start. I mean, obviously, but you know, it's even better because of that offensive sequencing. When I feel like, well, I don't know, maybe Suna goes a little bit more offense. So we'll see if they can put up 4 defensive rounds. That's the real question. Oh, and a nice nade from Nebula. Catching out the flanker. Rise scoops up one onto a rival. Has Alex here as well for support. The duo gonna try and push out for a scanner. Plant Jackson will swing out to catch one and finish off Rise with the help of their teammates.
Round starting. Get ready.
Quick pistol point going up on the board. Or no, excuse me, that was... yeah, defense. That was Triple I-7 taking that one. I tallied my score wrong. A lot of utility ace height coming in here. Oh, and a good flash over the top that ends in a 1-for-1. Now they know this rotation's coming through, and a rival pops out to pick up just one, not two. Rise on that refrag, maybe even anticipating this flank coming in from Nebula. No, not anticipating it. Nebula catches Rise off guard with a really big rotation.
Round starting.
Solid defensive point attack on there, and it's 7-3. Triple I-7 looking to do some fast work here in map 2. Move us on to a map 3 series decider. 2 more to go for them, and they'll do just that. Nebula staying tucked in. Here's the jump checks from the long hallway here. Pops up for one, and just one. Rusty with a quick snap, two. Kotiv here tucked in. Gonna get coughed out by these smokes. No, stays disciplined. Pops out, doesn't have to. Everyone else goes down, and that middle scanner rotation gets absolutely denied. Not what I imagine the 9-Volt squad wanted there. And with Scanner so out in the open, Rusty gonna have a very hard time mounting their comeback here.
30 seconds remaining.
Kotiv, obviously the first of 3 they would need to kill, but doesn't catch that one, and we get taken to match point here. Not series point, because it is a best of 5. And look at this. Getting very aggressive, trying to end this map. Arrival popping all the way up through the middle, catching a kill there. Nebula hoping to poke out. And Alex finding one. Rise picks up the second. On-site defense weak here at A. Maybe an opportunity for 9volt to start piling on some points. They did just this last map. As Alex on site. Elite with a flash up and over, and a wonderful play there. Catches Rusty. Now they've got one more in front of them. Scanner still hasn't been planted by Alex. Gonna go down now. The nade comes in, is a little short. Does slow down the scanner though. Does stop the plant. Elite recognizing this. Knows there's 45 seconds left and doesn't have to peek, doesn't have to check. Can wait for Alex to make the first move. No, and he thought he got the scanner planted, but didn't. He's having a little bit of trouble. 20 seconds left. They'll get it down, and on the swing, they can't tuck in and pick up their rifle. Elite times it perfect. 9volt, shutting down any advancement upward in scoreline on map 2. Not allowing a map 1 comeback to get started, and taking us to a map 3 series decider. 3-0, 3-0, and maybe another 3-0 in our top 8 single elimination bracket. Some strong contenders in the semifinals, to say the least. We'll have 2 teams advancing on to those semifinals today. We also have another best of 5 after this. That will be Touchgrass versus Vanguard. Should be an exciting series, and we are going now into our 3rd map with very little delay, which I do appreciate from the players on the field. Right into our 3rd map of the afternoon for one that we don't have a map intro. It's Cliffside. Nice bounce there, and Rusty catches that kill. Nebula watched that nade float in front of them. And a big aggressive swing here. Elite trades down in a 1-for-1. 3v2. Smoke and Utility are out. Scanner is down. Elite still has more to throw, but Flash pops out to shut that down as soon as they had nade in hand. Kotiv pops out as soon as smoke dissipates, and is now challenging the 1v2. Good teamwork from the duo there.
Round starting. Get ready.
Gets shut down by Jackson, but it's still a B-side push. Jackson's still here alive and well as they barrel through the smokes. Rise will shut that advance down. 9-Volt looking for their second point here. Cliffside might be the solution for them to get back into the swing of things. And as I say that, Kotiv shuts things up. Rusty tries to come back onto the rotation, and they're super exposed. Kotiv recognizes how far away they are, knows they're going to have to swing super far out in the open to get to them to stop the scanner plant. Use that to their advantage to catch the kill, and with 20 seconds left,
Scan interrupted.
Triple I-7 quickly answer back. But a dang good attempt from 9-Volt. You love to see the B-site press right after that pistol round. You gotta wonder now, do you switch it up to A, test out the A side, see what that defense looks like, or just keep sending it to B and force an adjustment from Triple I-7 on the defensive side? Ooh, and Kotiv. Really great reactions here coming in from Triple I-7. Kotiv trades down with the last survivor, but this Triple I-7 squad is dialed in. They've just won 2 maps in a row, 9-6, 9-3. I don't know if it matters where we go for the 3rd, 4th, or 5th map. I think it's just going to be too much of a challenge for 9-Volt, but 9-Volt has been playing very consistently. They've been finding plenty of kills each round and making it hard. I think we are just seeing very good coordination from this Triple I-7 squad coming in here this afternoon. Great support over the top, and as I say that, Elite getting a little coverage from Kotiv. And Elite in a 1v1 goes down to Flash. A site is open, but Scanner is way far away. Flash not going to be able to drop back and get that, and the defense is tucked in around it. Shuts down the swing out.
Round starting.
Good pick from Jackson, and 3-1. Triple I-7 in a hurry to be done with this series in 3 maps. And for this to be it, for them to move on to the semis. They'll be going up against Vanguard NA versus Touch Grass, the best of 5 that starts as soon as this one ends. So plenty of NA a single elimination bracket action here today. Ooh, and a nice nade from Carson. Flash, Nebula, long range fights here. Going the way of Triple I-7 again. Utility coming in. A site is open, but again, Scanner's down on the back line. Couldn't get it up to A site before getting picked off, and A certainly presenting a bit of a challenge for the 9-Volt squad. So maybe a shift to B now is in order, or a different style A site push. If you're Triple I-7, you can predict, hey, we're going to get B pushed, or just keep playing how you've been playing. Puhu and Carson very quickly finding Jackson down, who is pushing out through the smoke. They'll catch Kotiv as well. Arrival arrives and is still here on defense. Needs support from their teammate on the back line, and it's from Elite now. Ooh, and they could catch Scanner out. This could be bad. No, very lucky that Rise went around the other way and didn't swing wide here. Oh, but Elite does catch the kill. Scanner does go down. I don't know if they can hear it from where they are. Oh yeah, they can. Elite knows they have Scanner here. Carson is able to finally pick it up, though. Does plant it.
Scan started.
Oh, and a nice effort from Elite. They heard Carson peeking. They heard Rusty moving.
Round started.
Had to prioritize which angle they were going to hold. And good bit of teamwork from 9 Volt to bounce back here. Map 3, it's do or die for this team. And I think Cliffside... Well, I don't know, I guess. I tend to feel like it goes more offensive-sided. Oh, and Triple I 7. What was that play? Come absolutely guns blazing out the gate. Jackson catches the final kill. They don't even allow 9 Volt to get out of their spawn, basically, and very risky. Very risky. Very aggressive full send from Triple S7. That may not work out so well against the squad like Acer or Vanguard. I mean, who knows? That's a great play. I mean, for 9 Volt, they are right there in the top 8 seeded 7, so... Just solid execution. Great half that goes the way of Triple I 7, 6-2. They go back on the attack and leading this series with 2 map wins. They set themselves up to be 3 away from advancing on to the semifinals today. Pistol opener, holy cow, diving into B. Everybody gets picked off in the chaos. Carson trying to pull out a rabbit from their magic hat and couldn't quite execute on the 2v4 there. Two more to go. And Triple I 7 will be challenging our winner of our next best of 5. For one trades back and forth that set us up for a 3v3. Lee with a nice kill there for the 2v2, keeping things close. Alex and Rise at full HP, but a great smoke gonna zone out both of them and blind them. Scanner should and will go down at A, and this is a long rotation prompted from that double smoke. Both Rise and Alex making their way all the way around. Alex comes flying out for the double kill on the other side. Rise with the distraction draws the opponent out into a rotation that puts them vulnerable. And 9 Volt NA with a solid defensive round. Like they've been playing all day. Very solid against this top-tier opponent in Triple I 7. Reminder on where these teams sit. It's 9 Volt NA and Triple I 7 new to Season 4. I felt like Triple I 7 maybe a rebrand. But either way, Seed 2 versus Seed 7. And so 9 Volt most certainly the ranked underdog, according to the rankings and the seeding, the underdogs this afternoon. But they have been doing a great job against this opponent, Triple I7. Triple I7 on point here as Rusty tries to swing out for a big collateral multi-kill. Can't connect. Flash does come out of the smoke for a triple, though, and that's going to stop things for a moment. Puts a point on the board, and they start chipping away. Still 2 to go. On the attack, no less, for Triple I7. 9-volt starting to settle in a little bit. Maybe they'll take us to a map 4 here. Carson battling out the attack here at A. Shuts it down with a nice pickup. Rusty's trying to catch the rotation, but maybe hears it, won't quite see it. Maybe we'll see it now. Doesn't quite connect on it. Bit of a self-smoke there. Just like that, B-side is open. The backline defense getting shut down on the rotation from Nebula. Carson very quickly alone in a 1v3 in a really solid rotation from this Triple I7 squad. Puts them in this position. The skins look so good there. They cost Carson their life. You could see Carson picking up that skin going, whoa. It's a good distraction. Just get a really nice gun skin, toss it in the middle of the map. On site trying to hold things down. Nebula catches Alex in the smoke. Scan is planted, and this could be the final round of this best of 5. Rise. Rusty catching some kills. Another, and everyone goes down on Scanner. Maybe it's not the last round. It's up to Elite to clutch this thing up, and they can't. Carson finds the kill and another point. Tacked on, 9-volt. Staying alive, not letting a strong B-side push catch them 2 off guard, and a really solid retake at the end of the day. 4 left alive from them. I'm sure Triple I7 just trying to find that little edge, that little something to get that last round through. An early kill would certainly help, but Flash is the one that starts things off for them instead. Nebula does take out the on-site defense. Alex gets naded by Nebula as well. Another nade from a rival. Nebula catches out the rotation from Carson, and now this could be it. Carson has to execute the 1v4 with Scanner down, 30 seconds on the clock. Catches a kill. A nice Kobe, as they say. Arrival scoops up the Triple I7, and that's it. Round win, series win. Triple I7 going on to the semifinals. Triple I7 going on to the semifinals. A dominant 3-0 best of 5 series W. And you get ready for more. Another best of 5 coming up here. Touch Grass versus Vanguard NA. I think that seeds. Oh, wait, I got it here. Which one do I have it on? So many monitors. Seeds 3 and 6, Touchgrass versus Vanguard. And that should be our closest best of 5 out of all of them in this top 8. Very much looking forward to seeing what team comes out on top there. Both winning teams today play next weekend in their semifinals match. Winners there playing the grand finals on Sunday. A lot to look forward to today and tomorrow in the North American bracket, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with our second best of 5 of the afternoon. Welcome back, everybody, to the VAIL VRML North American Season 4 postseason single elimination bracket. My name's Nightfire with 2 E's. We just got done with Triple I7 versus 9V NA, and 9V's season is over. They have been eliminated in the first round of the single elimination bracket. Triple I7 will be moving on to the semifinals next Saturday against the winner of this series, Touchgrass versus Vanguard NA. When we look at that matchup history, you can see both teams coming in from Season 0, a very different sort of dichotomy comparatively from the 2 Season 4 teams that we just watched battle it out to now 2 Season 0 teams, OGs, battling it out. An exciting series ahead of us, I think, one that should be pretty close, and if there's ever a series to take us to a best of 5, it's going to be this one, in my opinion. So let's keep our eyes dialed in on this. Almost spilled. Best of 5. Get hydrated and prepare ourselves for some quality action. We saw a lot of it already so far today, and a big shout out to everyone tuning in online, hanging out, and enjoying the action. I see a lot of fine folk in here. Mustache Miner, Abita, is Nietzsche, Seismic Vanguard, Anna Springer, Hetzer, Moon Astro, A Good Steak, Fuzzrilla, Blue, Jason Tazzy, C Babu. Thank you all for jumping in, hanging out, and enjoying the action. I really do appreciate you. It does mean a lot to us here on the VRML, and to me, obviously, as your solo host this entire weekend. Last weekend we had Shimmy jump in, which was great. They may join us again next weekend for the finals. That would be fun. And I've gone and just made sure they know that we're ready when they are. And as soon as I say that, we get ready to dive into our first map. Number 1 of this best of 5. Touchgrass versus Vanguard. Gonna start us off on Cliffside. On defense, we have Touchgrass. On the attack, Vanguard. Round 1 kicking off. Pistols in hand. And a heavy A-site push out the gate. Gup gonna be the front line. They'll catch 2 with a nade and a kill over the top here at A-site. Trying to make it 3. Yes, indeed. They shut it down at A, and now it's up to Sin to try and pick up the pieces. Scrambling around the smoke. Trying to grab the scanner. LMK goes down after picking up one themselves. And Blade, suddenly alone. Trying to clutch things for Touchgrass, and that's the hardest thing to do. In a pistol round,
Starting. Get ready.
the clutch a 1v3, not an easy thing. But a good start for Touchgrass and a very solid nade. Pistol kill, double kill to kick things off on that A-site defense. It does look like they're going to go back to A, trying to push this again. Very aggressive move up here from TacPan. That ends up costing them. Gulp back on site, catches kills. LMK shuts down the advance. Gup again catches another, and Sin very quickly alone. 1v5 no less. An absolute denial of entry at A, and maybe Vanguard will be second guessing their A-site push here.
Round starting. Get ready.
Let's reset our overall scores from that last best of 5. I mean, frankly, we could have... Well, it's early days. Early to say. Just 2 rounds locked in. 2 A-side pushes denied. Vanguard going to try their hand at a B-side push now. Fizzy and TacPan going to be the frontline defense as the nades lobbed over the top. TacPan swings out. Catches 2. 1 through the smoke. Won't need to catch any more. Blade does get Gup. Tries to make it 2 into Nova, but 4 left alive for Touchgrass on defense.
Round starting.
And another solid shutdown of B-side push. Fast is the pace that this Vanguard team's trying to set. But that's not working so well, so maybe a different approach on the pace overall is what they're going to need here, and it's exactly what they do. A 2-1-2 split with Quick playing a much slower rollout up through the middle here. Still does take that risky peek. Ooh, a nice nade that almost caught Nova. Big damage was dealt. They're down to 25% HP. Flash comes in. Doesn't quite blind Nova or Gup, and so that rotation around the corner doesn't work out. LMK tucked into a tight corner on the smoke. And as it dissipates, they'll find an angle that they hoped to connect on, but Bloody Way with a nice answer back. Gup here does take some damage, a little bit down, lower than half HP, about 25%. Very low HP across the board on a site. Really on the side of Touchgrass, very low HP. And you you can see on the overhead a very heavy commitment to A, one that they recognize was overextended. TACPAN and Fizzy both gonna have to swing around for the retake now as Scanner gets planted at B. Quick catches Tac. Fizzy still a threat here. Gup pushing up through the middle. The duo trying to pinch. But Bloody Wave is here. And dead to Gup. Now into a 1v1. Gup pushing in. Ring around the Rosie now for Supernova. They know they don't have to fight this. The Scanner bait comes in. Now they're trying to stick it in the smoke. And Gup one-hands the shots. Will connect. And with a second left, catch the defuse. 4-0 for Touchgrass. Much better. Round number 4 there. Those first 3 kind of felt like Vanguard was seeing what they could do with some aggression, seeing what they could do with some quick plays. They didn't work out. The slowed down technique there did work well for Vanguard NA. That felt like that was going to be their round, but not quite. Another fast push down the mid lane here again. Nades and utility coming in to zone off LMK in a 1v1. Blade's going to fly down on the hunt for more, but now Blade getting overwhelmed with target choice. Gup finds Quick. Nova finds Bloody. Gup finds Super, and just like that, the aggressive offense absolutely picked apart. Blade doesn't have Scanner. That's being well guarded by Nova. TACPAN and Nova both swinging out nicely there, and this is an impressive map 1 opener. Touchgrass coming in locked in. Vanguard trying everything they can on the offensive half. I gotta wonder what their defensive half is gonna look like, because it feels like it's a strong effort from Vanguard. They're putting in solid plays. They're connecting. They're finding kills to some degree. I suppose they could be affording some more here. We'll see if they can pick any up here on the push in. Up catches one. Nova dropping back. Bloody Wave up here in the front lines, trying to interrupt and disrupt. LMK, Fizzy, everyone getting picked off. Oversight. Not really leaving a lot of room for Vanguard to maneuver out of those A entry points. They really have it locked down. A good flash there. Does zone LMK for a second. TACPAN tucks into the smoke. A nice nade there out of it, and they come fly, and they'll get shut down. Scanner does get planted. Gup on the retake manages to catch one on the rotation around. And Scanner doesn't get planted. I don't think it did. Blade gets picked off realizing that, and as they try to turn around to put Scanner down, they get caught out. So a near perfect half from Touchgrass, the final round of the half before we swap sides. Cat tax. Look at her. Whoever. TACPAN, Fizzy, both finding kills. Barely have time to pay the taxes. Gup picks up a double and an absolute shutdown from Touchgrass. Vanguard NA finding no success on their offensive half. Another quick look. Love her. He loves the attention. Up sides, touch grass on the attack, 8-0. Coming down to the pistol round and every round from here on out for Vanguard NA. Nova comes barreling in for one, Gup with another. Supernova here trying to push out of the smokes, does scoop up one, tries to get the double, can't find it. Blade and Quick fighting their way through the remaining offense, and they're doing just that. Only 2-1 left alive on the backside. Blade and Quake can hang on to the life of Vanguard NA if they find the kills on the Fizzy. Fizzy with some good shots, finds Blade. Now there's a 1v1. They know they can force Quick out. Good smoke here. And oh no, the hand comes off the scanner. They could have stuck it and interrupted it. Fizzy comes in with the knife and Quick catches the kill. Scans interrupted. Vanguard NA still alive. You'll love to see clutches like that in the postseason. Nade out the smoke, doesn't work. Supernova catches the kill. Quick with another. Meanwhile, B-Site does lose their defense. Scanner will go down. What button did I push? There we go. Gup connecting with some kills. Throws the gun in celebration, but there's still one left. Bloody Wave's alive and well. Scanner with 20 seconds left. Bloody Wave here on Scanner trying to play Ring Around the Rosie. Catches, no, doesn't catch Gup. A 9-1 opening map here against Touch Grass. A dominant performance to get this best of 5 started. Gup went 22-3 on map 1. 22-3. In the postseason, in a single elimination tournament. The number 3 seed versus the number 6 seed. That is a heck of a show on Cliffside there. And I gotta wonder what the map switch will do for this Vanguard NA team. Because just like that, we're already done with 1. And there's only 2 more to go for Touch Grass to come out on top and be advancing on to challenge our most recent winner, Triple I-7. And with very little time between maps, we're going straight into it. Suna Night for map number 2. I don't know whose choice this one was. Oh, she likes being on stream, I think. Got good purse. Gup's been that standout shooter. Gonna be the key one in defending this push, but Supernova finds the kill. The retake is on from Vanguard NA, and let me update things here as I believe Touch Grass takes round number 1. No. Vanguard Gaming does. Sorry, apologies. Gotta swap the teams. A-site on the menu again. LMK catches some kills in the smoke. Chaos unfolds. Gup flies out for a connection. 2 kills with the rifle in their hand and tie things up 1 apiece. Round 3, let's see what the push looks like. A 2-1-2 split. TACPAN dropping off their angle to commit over to the A site rotate. What could have been an opportunity for this duo to push up is instead stopped and stalled by a smoke and now nearly dropped there. The scanner does go down to LMK, firing in through the smokes. Good comms between the duo. Fizzy trying to roll a nade. That doesn't quite connect. LMK fighting. Needs overwatch from Fizzy there up through the mid, but they don't want to overextend. They've got 5 alive on defense right now. And not a single one goes down. Touch grass with a second point. Could be a repeat of what we saw in map 1. Vanguard came out strong with the pistol win, but what do they do from here on the attack? What does their rollouts look like? How do they vary and what's their timing look like? Ooh, and Fizzy flies out with a nice flash, but doesn't connect on the kills. LMK playing a patient game here as tries to spring their trap for a bit of a failure. And Nova on the bottom trying to get into the action. Scan getting planted. Gup trying to get up in time to reinforce. Nova catches one quick with a quick kill on the Gup. Shuts down that retake. Bloody wave with the kill on to Nova and a second point for Vanguard NA.
Get ready.
A quick and necessary answer back for Vanguard to show that, hey, we are not going to let this map 2 go like cliffside. Maybe, if anything, it felt like that was a weak map for Vanguard NA. We'll have to see how they can string together a few rounds here. Sin with a nice nade there on attack. Opens up the push on the Fizzy. Fizzy did get flashed. Tucks in and pops up for just one. A nade there from Nova from downtown. Catches the kill on the scanner, but not everyone. Plant does come through, and now it's retake time. LMK and Nova gonna wait for Gup on the long rotation. And ooh, if they didn't have a nade in their hand, there could have been a kill there. Quick catches LMK. Nova and Gup pushing up from the long lane. And we suddenly reverse roles. Nova and Gup taking sight. Be very much in their control. Bloody wave on the top. Scoops up one. Gup catches Blade down the long lane. And as time ticks down, Gup has to commit. And is only able to get one of 2. They would have also had to climb up the ladder, get the scanner interrupt in time. Would have been tough. And so a solid Vanguard NA point. And the first time they're in the lead on a map in this best of 5. Pickup from Sin. Nova and Gup are now just Gup on the defense. Vanguard NA might put up and extend this lead a little bit now. An opportunity for them is Gup. Still going crazy, 7-3. Tries to make it 8-3, but Supernova shuts it down. Not going to have an as wild KD as they did in map number 1, that's for sure. And maybe that's that big of a factor right now. It's the Gup factor. It's Vanguard NA. Takes a 2-point lead. When a good swing from TacPan.
Round starting.
We're into a decent back and forth here on Soon at Night. I gotta wonder what happens on the side swap. And I gotta wonder it because it's happening in the next round, but I think that could be a big impact on the pacing here. It might set Vanguard up. I mean, with where they're at now, when the side swap comes, they could very well be snowballing their lead. We might have 4 maps this afternoon for the first time on the NA side of things. Nice nade there from Sin. Opens up side entry, a 1-for-1 trade. Brings it down to TacPan. Trying to hold down and cut off this cross, but they'll get cut off by Blade.
Started.
Up now on the retake, has a lot to go up against. Sin tucked in the corner, Bloody Wave on the far side. Oh, and they see Sin, but not before they both peek the corner. A nice pickup from Blade. Fizzy goes down, and Vanguard NA take a very solid offensive opening half on Soon at Night. I think this could be their map here. Be impressive for a 9-3 reversal, but let's see how the pistol round opener starts things off. Because that's really what's going to chip away at this lead nicely right out the gate. Nice pickup from Supernova. A site, B site, excuse me, completely overwhelmed very quickly by touch grass. But what a nice nade that almost connects on the Nova. Nova's going to toss a flash up and over both sides. Going to be flash installed. A second flash slows them down again. The retake is getting stalled out slightly here. Nova catches 2 kills, the double. Touch grass with 4 alive. And Scanner down, take their first offensive point. And to the opposite side of the discussion, Touch Grass may start to step things up here on the attack as they start to set the pace with a 9-1 map 1. Maybe going on offense for them here is what they need to start driving back into this map and pushing us to a map 3 series decider. That is what's at stake here. As we get back into it, take a look at the overhead and see Scanner heading over towards B side. Blade watching for nades to come flying over the wall at them so they can move and dodge in time. So far, no nade is coming in, though, quick. the quick kill. On to Tackman. Blade trying to fend off what they believe to be as a rotation coming their way towards B site. LMK is slowly working their way up. They are going to fly out the corner. They'll trade a 1-for-1. But that's not necessarily advantageous for now the 2v4 for touch grass.
Round starting.
Apologies, I am back. Round 11, 6-4. Vanguard getting closer and closer to pushing us to at least a 4th map. Oh, and a huge double here from Bloody. Sight is getting pushed, but Quick is also here on the side. Bloody with another kill. Very quickly, Nova is all alone, and Vanguard NA just are locked in here on Suna Night. Nothing else about it. 2 more to go. And yeah, touch grass with a long way ahead of them. I think, like I said, we're going to get our first 4th map. And a B-side stack. Lining up heavy. We've seen great utility, great nades coming in so far from both sides. I anticipate that to continue as this A-side, B-side push comes in. Supernova and LMK trading down long lane. Up comes the scanner in through the smoke. Sin and Tackpan both finding kills. As Tackpan dives back into the smoke, they'll pick up Blade. In the chaos of nades, zips past Tackpan's head, and with the scanner still in hand, they will vault up to the top. They'll spot one down below, Supernova, and now Nova. Which is better? That's the question. Nova here, alive and well. Supernova tries to hit the nade. The knife whizzes past Nova's head, and with scanner down, Nova has to push Supernova. A minute left to do it, though. Oh, and Supernova is superior.
Match point.
They'll put Vanguard NA to match point, and we could be in for a bit of a lengthier series this afternoon, which would be great. A great way to wrap up the NA side of things. Nova here catching Blade out. Supernova just beneath. The Supernova of flashbangs comes in. Definitely stalls out Supernova from pushing in. Bloody Wave trying to get rid of Nova on the short line here as more and more utility comes crashing through. Touch Grass do not want to let this map go. They've got scanner planted. Bloody Wave with 1 HP. Going to try and push up alone on the retake. And it is a very strong bounce back. But it might be a bounce back too late. Every point from here on out has to be won by Touch Grass, and that is nothing easy to do. full stack. B side, long B here, getting covered by Sin. It'll come down to them not getting tagged by utility or through a nice peek by LMK. And look at this rotation coming in from Vanguard NA. A complete full send on the reverse retake here. Supernova goes down and counter utility coming in. Still holding on to nades, but not quite going maybe as easy as they were hoping. Bloody Wave, Gup finding two here, and Bloody Wave battling it out over the top with Tac Pan on the back end, and still Fizzy tucked in and waiting. 20 seconds for this retake. Catches Tac. 15 seconds now. Has to get a hand on it. And can't catch the headshots they need. Fizzy with the peek out. Keeps things going for Touch Grass, and maybe we're not guaranteed a fourth map. Touch Grass are hanging on to Suna Night here. Information for Sin, the relay back to the team. Hey, I saw 3 players here on this long side B. Quick with an interesting nade there. Sin getting ready to peek the corner. Catches LMK off guard. LMK tries to pull the rifle up with one hand. Can't find the kills there. Blade staying tucked in. Oh, and a great pop out. Great use of cover there. That flash, I think, stopped that full send from coming in. And there's 5 alive on Vanguard NA right now. Touch Grass have to chip away at this active defense before they start to surround them, and they do just that with a couple of good nades. Nova catches a frag on the Blade. Quick still pushing up here. Gets picked off by Tac Pan. Scanner is going to get planted, and Supernova is tucked in, trying to challenge Nova again. I feel like it's tough to push in down this long lane. Flashing, coming out. Supernova, Tac Pan, scooping up the double. Touch Grass, one away from taking us to overtime. One away from taking us to overtime. And so far, a heck of a comeback. That was a big 3-5 bounce back from the Touch Grass squad. And Sin starts things off again for Vanguard NA. Strong, an early kill coming through. Scanner doesn't go down at least. Oh, and a nice snapshot from Tac Pan. Quick with a nade over the top of the canisters, catches a kill. Counter utility coming in, and a flank from Supernova on the backside. Gup is here, but not ready for it. This could be it. Vanguard NA overwhelming this offense, and Tac Pan can't clutch it up this time. It's Supernova locking it in, and we are going to a 4th map this afternoon. I don't think I have any way to show it. see. No, I don't. It's all right. We know we're going to a fourth. Map 1, 9-1. Map 2, 9-7. Map 3, in this best of 5, taking us to Miru Night. And we don't have time even to run our fancy intro. We gotta go right into it. Swap teams quick and put Touchgrass on the defense, Vanguard NA on the attack. Map number 3, round 1 kicking off. A dominant 9-1 performance, a near comeback in map 2. What are we gonna get now? Quick and Sin with some good nades, great utility, shutting down the back line of B. Gup with 2 Nova on the backside, the retake. Does not happen for the solo in the 1v3. Touchgrass come out on Miru swinging with a solid pistol opener. They did on... No, they lost their pistol opener on map 1 second half. Or map 2 second half, excuse me. As we look at the overhead, we can see a heavy contingency of attackers pushing into B site. Bloody Wave blinded by a nice flash tossed out. Quick and LMK. Trying to hold things down. Busy with the nade out over the top. A good flash there. Catches Supernova. Through the smoke, may look for more. Nova actually is the one that catches him, but the scanner did go down, so it's a 3v3 on the retake. He catches one. Oh, and there's too many targets there. Gup comes flying through to scoop up another. Blade catches Fizzy, and Blade with a slice of HP does not need to be playing as aggressive as they are. Gup flies all the way down, catches the kill, and with 10 seconds left, should be able to interrupt the scanner in time. Plenty of time left. And it's 2 points for Touchgrass. But that one was a little closer. The pistol round, not so indicative of what we're going to get the rest of this half. Is that was definitely a nice push from Vanguard NA. They're coming off a map win. They're feeling good. They know they have a little bit of a cushion after this map, after Miru. But we do go into, I believe, one of the banned maps for map number 4 is able to be picked. And so I'm very curious how we're going to end this best of 5 series. At least that's what I think it is. I don't know if we reset bans. I don't think we do. I'm pretty sure. Don't ask me. I was just looking at the rules. Great opening pick from Vanguard NA, but they are slowing things down. Trying to catch Touchgrass getting aggressive, feeling good. Oh, and they tried. LMK put their best effort in. It's going to come down to Fizzy. In a 1v3 with some low HP on Blade and Supernova. Quick, with the most HP, challenges them, and they go down to half before finding the kill.
Round starting. Get ready.
First offensive point for Vanguard NA, but a well-fought one. Touch grass. You know, it's worrisome with how much they fell into a rhythm in map 1. Winning that one 9-1. What happens if they can find that again? I think Vanguard NA just have to keep putting up these points on the board to show that they are here, because that map 2 really was important for momentum. I think Touch Grass could have been in danger of really running away with it in 3. Bit of a trade back and forth here. Nova does end up finding 2. Does know there's more here pushing in, but not before they get caught out by Blade. The rest of the defense rotating slow and steady as LMK finds their kill. Fizzy with theirs, and now Supernova through the smoke. No bloody wave here to hold things down. Picks up TacPan, down by Fizzy from the middle angle, and great teamwork from Touch Grass as they've been showcasing so far in this series. They go up 3-1. Defensive half on Miru Knight, though, important to remember. I feel like that tends to lean a little bit into the defense's favor. 60-40 typically. So Vanguard NA may just need 1 or 2 rounds on the attack to sort of get their foot in the door, avoid having it come down to the pistol round. And yeah, they've already put up that little buffer of 1 round, so it's at least not going to be do or die on the pistol round. And everyone gets picked up very quickly. A fast push at B side with a lot of smoke and utility. Plenty of nades connecting on the back line. Touch Grass up 4-1 here. I think what's going to work best for Vanguard NA is to not play into the speed of Touch Grass. Continue to do things slow like they had in the last round. Oh, and a little duck and dodge there. TacPan and Quake do end up trading. Blade finds Gup trying to rotate out. Fizzy and Nova both connect with kills, and LMK finishes it off.
Round starting.
2 to go on the half, and we swap sides, but they certainly don't want 7-1 on the Vanguard NA side. They need a little more momentum here on the attack. Nice pickup from Fizzy, straight down the main lane. 1-for-1 trade there. LMK with a double on the back line, looking for a third. They'll find it.
Round starting.
Last round of the half, 7-1 opener would be quite the way back. Oh, and a lot of smokes here. LMK knows their business, trying to be denied, but they're going to pick up 2 anyways. The utility comes out, and the hard push up the middle gets shut down by Nova as well. Scanners dropped and Blades alone, and it didn't work for Vanguard NA, but they tried, and that's what I do like to see. The effort being put in for a bit of a new strat, trying something out a little different to throw off their opponent, but yeah, a really well-timed sprint through that smoke for the double kill to open things up, and then Nova with a double kill themselves. Tough. And what could have been maybe a solid aggressive play right down the middle. Pistol opener, so far so good for Touchgrass's Blade. Tries to rotate around for the flank. Scanner goes down at the open sight. And Bloody Wave does not connect with Gup on the back line. Blade alone in a 1v4 on the pistol round. Gonna be tough, and gonna set up Touchgrass for map point. Because of the Vanguard performance in map 2, it's not series points. But with how strong they played in map 1 and now how strong they're playing here in map 3, I wonder what happened on Suna Night. I do know that this Vanguard NA team is solid. And I think we saw them come alive in map 2 quite well. Momentum, it does mean a lot in a game like this. And Sin opening things up now with an early pick might be what they need to stay alive for at least a few more rounds. Touchgrass trying to call a little bit of an audible, slowing things up, rotated all the way back to spawn. Maybe we're considering pushing A site, but it feels like now maybe you want to go back to B. Oh, and Quick with a double, perfectly timed. Does get flashed over the top. A nade there from Quick. Catches one. No, Gup catches Quick from the side, excuse me. But now Gup's alone. 1v4. Flashes Blade. A nice play there. 1v3.
30 seconds remaining.
Scanner is down. And staying alive, Vanguard NA. Not letting map 3 go too quick. Map 1 was fast. Map 2, they fought back. Map 3 somehow got away from them, it felt like. Vanguard NA had the momentum coming in with a nice quick point on the board, but a challenge for them to get any more. I think they're finding success in slowing things down. Touchgrass. I've been playing confident, hitting nades like that. Gup catches one. Nova flies in to scoop up Sin, and it's very quickly a 5v3. Scanner going to be going down in a flash at B. And a nice pickup there, Bloody Wave with the connection. So they're going to stay tucked in. No, they're not. Yes, they are. One kill from LMK. There's another. Back and forth. The trade comes through, and the attacking team fends off the retake. Touchgrass answer back from a map 2 loss with a map 3 win. And a reminder for those tuning in here, this is not over. Taking a quick look at chat, just to shout out some folks at home. I do appreciate you all stopping by. But we are not done. It's best of 5 here, even though our scoreboard doesn't show it. Maps 1, 2, and 3 have been played out. 9-1 to Touch Grass in Map 1. 9-7 to Vanguard in Map 2. 9-2 just now on Mirror Night. But where do we go from here for Maps 4 and 5? That is the question. That's what we're waiting to find out. I want to say... Yeah, I think you pick one of the banned maps because there's 5 maps total in the regular season right now. I'm pretty sure the way it works is that as we get into the 4th and 5th maps of the best of 5, you'll just play out every map. It does put us in a strange spot now for Frio, considering where we're at with overall score, and considering that's where we're going for map 3, or excuse me, map 4, wrong button. It should be interesting. We'll keep the score lines above on top, maps 1, 2, and 3, so you can keep a record of those. 9-1 in map 1, 9-7 map 2, 9-2 map 3. And we go into Frio with Touchgrass on the attack. And rolling in very fast to B site. Nice pick up from Sin, trying to swing around is Gup with a kill, looking for more. They'll pick up 2, not 3. Bloody Wave with the refrag. Very quickly alone in a 1v2. A nice flash on attack pan sets things up for the push in. The nade there misses, and Nova still connects with the kill. Touch Grass right back in it. Map number 4 up 1-0. And what do we get? Another sort of performance from Vanguard that's like what we got on Suna Night? Or more like Cliffside. Oh, and a nice nade from Quick, recognizing that this push was coming in. They tucked into the smoke. Fizzy ends up finding the kill, but there's so many on site. Fizzy with the double. Looking for the third. They push up with scanner in hand. Now they have the option of rotating. Supernova recognizing that this could be happening, hearing the jumping and moving from Fizzy on the rotation. Fizzy, I think maybe use that audio as bait, though, because now they turn back around towards A. And A is completely open. Could be a free walk up and scanner plant, and Supernova is going to have to play the retake. Oh, and Fizzy hears the footsteps now of Supernova. Knows they're outside. Gets the scanner plant down underneath their nose. The push still coming in, and Fizzy drops back, forcing Supernova to put a hand on scanner. They They're not sticking it. They're going to push in, and they're going to catch the kill onto Fizzy. Supernova with 18 seconds left. Puts Vanguard on the board. Map 4. Not running away from them quite yet.
Round start. Get ready.
Touch grass getting closer and closer. I am having a slight tech issue on my side, so I don't want to change anything, but it's fine. Just can't update scores, which we don't really need to anymore. We've gotten all of the scores updated. Maps 1, 2, and 3 done. Map 4 we're playing out here now. Touch grass. Absolutely sprinting through this defense here. TacPan finds a double. That's my fault. An impressive offensive sequence here coming in. There we go. Now I can do replays. Okay, I figured it out. No worries. LMK, Supernova, and Sin connecting early on the kills. Gup finds 1-2 on site, though, and B getting pushed in. Scanner coming in with TacPan. A little bit late, though, and that could cost them. The rotation on the backside coming in from Blade and Quick. Both trying to make their way in for the retake, and maybe not even a plant coming in here at B site. A very interesting move from TacPan and Gup to swing from the back to A site. How do you read that if you're on defense? You definitely don't. It's an odd play, and it's happening right now. Quick, trying to react, getting back to this site, catching the rotation, out, and they'll find TacPan. Super exposed. A great read there. TacPan not ready for a defender to be obviously pushing in from the attacking side. And a good drop down from Gup to catch the kill. They quickly fly back up on the site. 20 seconds left. They really have to just buy time here. And they can't. Blade finds the kill, and there's plenty left to interrupt Scanner. Vanguard not letting Map 4 get away from them.
Scan interrupted.
If Vanguard win, we go to a Map 5. If Touchgrass win, series is over. Loser is eliminated. Their season's done. Their chance at the custom designed skin around their team that's sold in the game store, and revenue of that sales is shared. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. With the winning team. All of that goes away. Good retake coming in here. Aggressive swings. Quick can catch the big rotation. And a double from them. Scanner gets dropped. And now Fizzy and the rest of this offense, LMK, have to react. They can't find Quick there either. And so LMK with Scanner down and 3 surrounding it on defense. Gonna try and clutch up here on Frio. Finds the first. Defense is relatively spread here. Oh, and they'll go down quick with a nice pickoff.
Round starting. Get ready.
3-3, map 4. Love to see this series getting so competitive. I knew it would be a close one. I just didn't know it would be weirdly close. Like 9-1 map 1, 9-7 map 2, and 9-2 map 3. Now we're tied here in map 4. Fun to tune into and check out. A nice early pickup here. Very aggressive defense from Sin as the rollout from the nade catches one. Fizzy trying to drop back. Nova. All that's left now as they do get pressured from every angle. The 1v4 coming in. And they get 1, but not 4. Vanguard NA take the lead again for the first time since they did in map number 2. And they gotta be feeling good, getting a little momentum going here on Frio. What does the side swap look like is the big question coming up here. Just a round away from resetting and going back to pistols. Oh, and a nice snag there from Blade. Quick refrag from Fizzy, playing the patient game on the back line, allowing this defense to get aggressive. Ooh, and a good smoke here, but Gup will still connect with that kill. Sin considering pushing up the attack onto this offense as well, but it's not necessary. They did find some success with it, but the 2v2 now, with both players on either side of objective, it's the right setup as they wait to see where this duo goes.
Seconds remaining.
Scanner in Fizzy's hand, and it's going to be going down at a nice B-side rotation. Ooh, and Sin quickly runs into him. The nades come in, but they don't connect, and if they had their rifle up, they may have caught Fizzy out, but multiple times where they were both looking at each other and one of them had a gun. Scanner and the interrupt being baited here by Fizzy. They're trying to use this smoke to distract and divide, but they can't. Fizzy connects through it anyway, and we're tied up 4-4. Doesn't get more even than this. As we swap sides, touch grass on the defense, and Vanguard NA on to the attack. A reminder, if you're just tuning in, Touch Grass took map 1, Vanguard NA took map 2, Touch Grass took map 3. In a best of 5, that means Touch Grass is leading 2-1, and if they win here, they've got this series. If they lose, we go to a 5th map. Oh, and a big swing there, quick. Could have done some more damage, and all of a sudden, Fizzy. One more defender they weren't anticipating. Bloody Wave with a good refrag on the outside, but Scanner down in a 1v2. LMK and TacPan full HP as well. They actually did manage to pick up Scanner and Plant. Ooh, and caught with one hand in a cookie jar. LMK finds the kill. Very excited about that. Touch Grass in the lead on their defensive half, 5-4. The first time we've traded leads so far in this series.
Get ready.
Again, one hand. LMK rolling the nade and shooting with the other. A triple kill here. A huge pickup as TacPan shuts things down. Touch Grass in dominant shape here. They kick off their defensive half with the rifles in hand.
Round starting.
Rolls the nade. Shoots one with one hand, spins, rifle up for a third. One more time, rolls the nade. Oh, we missed it. Oh, God. Bring me back to gameplay soon. Okay. Not so good. Okay. Ooh, I can still... Okay, we fixed it. Oh my gosh, I got so nervous there. It's okay. Maybe I wasn't seeing that many times, you know?
Started.
Much better offensive round either way from the Vanguard NA offense. Need to chip away at that lead, not let it get out of control. 7-4 would have been dangerous. And a trade there with 2 left alive.
Round starting.
Does put Vanguard in a 6-5 situation for map number 4. My cat at any point. Here she is one more time. Love it. Nice pickup from Fizzy. A double there in this Touch Grass defense connecting. Some good setups, some good refrags. The Scanner still trying to push upstairs and onto a site, but they're going to run into LMK for a trade. Scanner does go down. Blade picks it right back up. A lot of good utility toss that does zone off the remaining defense, and they try to fly out for a double, but can't. They get shut down by a nice kill from Nova, and Touch Grass 2 away from taking the series. 2 more defensive holds. Let's see if they can string it together. The offense of Vanguard NA has pulled off some solid wins so far, but that huge flash absolutely throws a wrench in the plans. Quick, the Savior comes in to catch TacPan out. LMK on a big swing wide here. A site definitely being collapsed on. Gup also coming in to reinforce. A nice bit of flash work there. They'll find Sam. They'll dial in on another, and Gup cleans things up. We go to series point for Touchgrass. 1 more to go, and they advance on to challenge the winner of our last best of 5.
Match point.
Triple I7 looking very good, going 3-0 against 9volt. Touchgrass 1 point away from advancing on and challenging Triple I7 next weekend, Saturday in the semifinals. Sunday, the winner there will challenge the other winner in the grand finals. A little bit of a chaotic B-side push. 3 left alive on both sides at the end of the day. TacPan does scoop up one. Fizzy in on sight, getting shot in the back from every angle. LMK supports over the top. TacPan catches Supernova. It's the final kill they need. Touchgrass gonna interrupt Scanner. And it's map number 4 in this best of 5, locking in their series win. Congratulations to Touchgrass eliminating Vanguard NA, the number 3 seed, advancing on to challenge the number 2 seed in the semifinals. Very much looking forward to that. Very much looking forward to that Acer matchup as well. I believe that is Acer versus Rect, a heck of a rematch. So we have some big games on Saturday. 2 best of 5s with some serious punching power. Rect, Acer, Triple I7, and Touchgrass. I cannot wait to see those 2 games, and eventually we'll have a finals next weekend, Sunday, same time, same place. So subscribe to the channel, come back for more. Winner takes away a custom design skin around their team, sold in the store with revenue share from that sale going to the winning team. All possible because of the sponsorship from Axe Labs, supporting the VRML for the entirety of our existence. We really appreciate Axe Labs and what they've done for the VR esports space. It means a lot to us to be able to offer up this awesome prize pool to our champions, and it means a lot to the champions. It's what they're fighting for here today. And so Vanguard NA are eliminated. Their chances at that skin gone. Touchgrass still on that fighting chance. Semifinals start 2 p.m. PST next Saturday, so do be sure to stop by then. But that'll be it for us here on the desk for the VRML network for VAIL. I do believe we still have NA going for Breachers right now. The grand finals live, or should be. Maybe they finished, who knows. Either way, go check out that content on the VRML network. My name's been Nightfire with 2 East. Thank you so much all for stopping in, hanging out, and enjoying the action. Until next time, stay classy.